Whew. Thank you so much to my friends from church for a very big meal, a very big Malaysian makan meal. We had curry laksa, curry noodles, very, very good, very, very filling. And I'm gonna crash. Just before that, let's look at the final verse from 2 Corinthians, which we're looking at tomorrow, chapter 7 and verse 1, which says, since we have these promises, dear friends, let us purify ourselves from everything that contaminates body and spirit, perfecting holiness out of reverence for God. And it's the idea of decontaminating ourselves of anything that can potentially infect our relationship with God. It says everything, everything. So it's not just a particular thing, but anything and everything that is potentially damaging body and spirit. The whole life that has been redeemed in Christ, our relationship with God. And so it could be talking about physical purity, sexual purity, but also definitely spiritual and influential, the things that we listen to, the things that draw us away from God. Those are things that we need to be careful of. How do we bring this home? The thing is, you listen to this and you think, yeah, I know that. That's something you expect to hear in church, decontaminate yourselves from the pollution of the world. I think sandwiched between this warning are the promises of God. Verse 1, since we have these promises, dear friends, we have the promise of the gospel that we are the true and living temple of God. God has put His Spirit in us. And also the fact that we are called to perfect our holiness out of reverence for God. And the idea of perfecting holiness is not that we're trying to get 100% for our holiness. It's saying that we are already holy. And this is what it means for us to live out our holiness. That means we're continually rejecting any attempts to replace God with idolatry, rejecting temptation, always kind of like battling sin. That's what it means to live out this holy life. It means that you're struggling. It means that you will have times when you get it wrong and you need a friend, you need a very loving Christian pastor to tell you and turn you back to the right path. But that's part of living out this life that's been redeemed for you, that is holy in Christ, but also that is out of reverence for God. We're living in the knowledge of His holiness and of His judgment and of His righteousness over our sin. So in other words, it's just living that Christian life, full of temptation, full of struggles, but also ultimately made holy in Christ. We are the real thing. You have been redeemed in Christ. So live it out. Live it out fully, live it out full of grace and joy, but also full of confidence and expectation in the gospel. Okay, I'm going to crash now. See you tomorrow at Chinese Church, 2 p.m. when we'll look at the passage as a whole, and hopefully I have the text all written out. Thanks again, Joseph, Sharon. Thanks again, everyone, for a wonderful evening, for the food again, but also just for the company and for the fellowship and for the joy of sharing our lives together. Thanks for that. Take care. Have a good Sunday. See you tomorrow. Bye. Shh. Yes, Jesus Christ is God's Son, so rightly God